Hello, everyone. This is Kev, and this is Black Men Being Brutally Honest. Coming to you once again in 2 times in the same day, coming with a story that's already happened, but I just feel like that. Wow, this is kind of strange. When I researched all the facts, now if you recognize the gentleman in the GIF up here, his name he goes by the name of Tony Cox. Tony Cox has appeared in many films, like more comical characters, not so serious. I remember him appearing. The first time I ever saw him was in "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker." He was a part of this crime family, but the crime family was full of little people, and the title character Jack Spade had an issue with him. I guess this guy was bullying him while he was growing up. Um, Then he most famously appeared as Mr. Parker in the movie Friday, which is a cult classic. Mr. Parker, husband to Miss Parker, the flirty neighbor of Ice Cube's character Craig, and Smokey, played by Chris Tucker. Anyway, this was Friday came out like some 20 some odd years ago, 24 years ago maybe. But this is not why we're brought here. I'm not here to tell you that he's been cast in this long-awaited, 10 years in the making Final Friday feature. I'm coming to you because this bit of news is strange, and I don't know. It's just that it's kind of got a big WTF across my forehead with this one. So anyway, this was brought to my attention, and they say Mr. Parker, and this was reported on April 8th, 2019, by this particular website, rfsolutions.com. It's like Mr. Parker from Friday arrested for brutally beating his wife and stepson. I mean, just like first glance, I was like, man, motherfuckers will say anything. But let me investigate further before I draw or tell you the conclusions I drew from this. I had to just look at the facts. So first off, I looked at the story because it just, quite frankly, sounded crazy to me anyway. And first off, the brutally beating part. It's like, huh? Now, I was looking at pictures of Tony Cox, and this was a picture of him taken at the beginning of 2016. So basically what you're telling me is that, after, 24 years after the movie Friday is released, that he has to get around like this, that he brutally beat his wife might be a little person too. So I'm going to try to pull up a picture of his wife just to see what size we're dealing with. And, but let me read some of this story here, because this shit right here is just nuts, and I don't want to be a complete dick throughout the entire stream. So, all right, let's read. I hope y'all learn how to read. That was that thing I was kind of supposed to pick up on, in early elementary school. Even kindergarten in a lot of cases. Known as Mr. Parker from the movie Friday, Tony Cox has been arrested in Los Angeles after the actor brutally beat his wife and stepson. According to police reports, the dispute was initially between Cox and the stepson when his wife jumped in. When his wife, Otelia, intervened. Cox and his unnamed stepson began throwing blows at each other. Scared for her son's life, she jumped in and was also beaten. Let's see. Although Cox stands at just 3 feet 6 inches tall, he managed to give both victims black eyes, and they both have multiple lacerations across varied parts of their bodies. Police said Cox had minimal injuries sustained from the altercations. Cox had one scratch on his arm, which is believed to be a result of the struggle between both victims and Cox. And here's this quote right here. Even though he's a midget, he's strong as fuck. I cannot believe I allowed him to beat me like that. This is definitely embarrassing, and I will not be telling anyone about the altercation, says Cox's stepson, who was also brutally beaten. So by what I just read, his stepson might be normal size, saying that it was embarrassing. Now, I don't know if I mentioned that this guy right here, Tony Cox, this man right here, when he was in that Martin episode, he showed his ability that he was quite versed with nunchucks. Yeah, I mean, which could be a possibility that, he knows how to fight. I mean, since he knows how to use weapons, it might be some fight training that come with that. But I don't know, man. This dude getting around like that dude, Vern Troyer, Mini-Me, when he was in that reality show, The Surreal Life, he had to be carted everywhere. Like, this dude, you mean to tell me that Tony Cox, who has to be carried around by people, is strong enough to beat up 2 people at one time? Like, are we serious? Am I going to have to call bullshit on this one? I mean, but you never underestimate the power of little people. That's one thing I've learned. Never to underestimate your opponent. They must have severely underestimated him, because he must have bent down and was like, "Hey man, hit me in the face. I bet you can't hit me in the face." He probably got mollywopped. What I wouldn't give for a recording of this alleged beatdown. I mean, I tell you the truth, man. It's like that tape that recording would probably be a pothead's dream. Okay, now let's read further. So far, Cox has been charged with 2 counts of family violence. Otelia Cox has obtained a temporary protective order against Tony Cox and is unsure if she will want to end the marriage completely. According to sources, this is the first time a domestic violence dispute has occurred between Cox and his family. The first time ever. And the claim is he got in their shit like that. All right, now here's the part where I began to search for, Mr. Cox's family. Yeah, now this was him basically in 1995 or 94 when the film was shot. Now, this is his physical ability then, just kicking them little legs and jumping up above that little cement, like that little rock wall right there. So, I would say that he had the ability then, but, think about what toll 24 years takes on somebody. Like, seriously, 24 years from that. I mean, and I guess, this was 21 years. I mean, he's being carted around. So, I mean, I don't know, am I just trying to be just a little bit too funny with this? You have a domestic dispute where 2 people were viciously beaten, allegedly, by the guy sitting down. Allegedly. Wow. I don't know what to think about this. Like, really. But hold on. I have audio recording of an alleged incident that he was involved in. I mean, you can hear his tiny little voice in the background. So just right here, just listen to this very closely. Just listen to it very closely. I just want make the determination for yourself. No, okay. Yeah, I mean, what you heard in that recording sounded like a person that was very angry. You also heard glass break, and you also heard a woman screaming in panic in the background. So, to make a long story short, sorry, uh, it's pretty safe to say that this might have actually occurred. But I mean, I'm gonna put it to you like this: until all the facts come out, now I can't say it's true. But I mean, as reported, both his wife and his stepson. Oh, look at that word, stepson. Um, let me see. Let me see something real quick, cause I'm finna like take a jab real. Come on, come on. Yep, yep. That's Tony. That's Tony Cox right there. I'm not the stepfather. I'm the father that stepped up, or in his case, stepped down. Probably. I mean, is can you imagine? Like, and I got a question for all the stepfathers that might be watching this broadcast. Um, how do you feel about a stepfather like Tony Cox? You know, little person, viciously strong, beats up people. What do you think? Oh, probably, you know, but let me tell you something. I mean, and even like this broadcast right here, this is a good way to start out the weekend. You know, y'all know what weekend it is. It's Father's Day, or it is on the mother and the father. I might do a damn live stream on that because you know how much that pisses me off. Oh, for those who didn't know, that does kind of piss me off. Like a thing like Mother's Day. Um, you got Mother's Day, which is already huge. Everybody love their mama. Flowers, candy, dinner, annually. Father's Day, like yeah, we do some things for our daddy, but man, yeah, yeah. This Father's Day is special for me this year, though. I mean, and it has been. Yeah, just on a personal level. But anyway, what do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this? Just as physically unable as he was when this footage right here, based on the meme, do you think that he was capable of such a heinous act? Let's find out. Let's see if we can find like a picture of his family. Tony Cox family. I just want to see his wife and his stepson if they do have a picture anywhere. Let's see. No, that can't be his family. Like he has a normal sized wife. Like because like the framing of the article itself was like, oh, he might be a little person, but he's strong as fuck. It's like, yeah, let's see. Let's see. They don't really show his family, but like the picture I showed it. That's his wife. It's like I don't see. I mean, still though. I mean, I know it's a woman. Let me see. Show that. Let me see. Let me see if I see that picture again. Uh, Let me see Tony Cotton. Yeah, I don't know how it got out of Tony Cox family. Now, I will believe that if that was his wife right there. No, wait a minute. No. This is not even. Nope, that's not her either. That's somebody named Tanya and Tanya. I think it probably looked like one of them. One was a normal size twin, the other one was a little person. But Tony Coughlin fixed my big eyes. I'm not sure if I could find a picture of his family. I just want to see. I just want to see who the alleged victims were. But you know what though, it's like he's probably been the subject of ridicule all of his life. So keeping his family out of the public eye, that is completely understandable. But they're in the public eye now. I mean, I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if this is his wife, but it's like for his stepson to say this is pretty embarrassing and I won't share this with anyone, then that suggests to me that his stepson is normal size. And yeah, like you, I really honestly, I gotta see, I gotta see Audie. Like I gotta see a video. Like really, I gotta see something. I gotta see something because I mean, like not only on how extremely humorous this is, which I'm just gonna be like, yeah, it's like, and you can call me a dick all you want. It's unbelievable because I don't even think that this man is like, and that may be the trick right there, or this may be some kind of like, this may be like him playing the public, acting like he's not physically able. And then he might be able to run and jump off walls and everything, do backflip kicks. Like, I mean, you might see some shit from him that you ain't see, like you only see in a video game. Like, he might be like Yoda. Anybody that knows about Yoda and how he used to fight in like the Star Wars prequels and, generally the general legend, Yoda's a bad motherfucker. So it's not surprising to me. It's not surprising to me that this man done pulled off some Yoda shit, maybe. And, speaking of Yoda, let me... I mean, like, I don't know. I don't mean to be laughing too much because, the domestic violence is no joke. The domestic violence is absolutely no joke. For real, for real. What I told you. Yoda's a bad motherfucker. Like, just one thing. Like I said in that video with talking about Anthony Joshua's loss to Andy Ruiz. I guess you can honestly say, for real, never, ever underestimate your opponent. Never, ever. And I mean, like, and looking at this is a younger shot of him. He's much bigger. What? He's much big. He looks like he's more worked out than he is in his current state. So I mean, man, let me stop. I didn't carry this one too far. I'm sorry. People. I didn't carry this one way too far. But anyway, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? Does this happen? Did this actually happen the way it was supposed to happen? Did you yourself and the general public know a little person that was strong as fuck and you highly underestimated and got your ass kicked? And I mean, like, I ain't talking about like person that's short. I ain't talking about somebody that's like 5'1" or something like that, and you stand like at 5'6", 5'7". I'm talking about like 3 foot 6 inches smaller, maybe just a couple inches taller than Tony Cox. Like, did y'all know somebody that strong? Am I just like just being a dick? Like, I don't know. Is this just some believe all females bullshit once again? I mean, because he got the stepson too. But like, I don't know. I haven't seen any pictures. Of these alleged injuries. And you know what? Like I said, I want to see a video of this because, like, that will definitely be a viral video. Like that stepson wouldn't have to worry about nobody. Tomorrow, I would never tell anyone about this. I wouldn't either. All right, y'all. All right, this KL, this black man being brutally honest. This is I'm one of the habitual line steppers, along with the Roger Report, hosted by Roger Stevens. You ain't shit for watching YouTube channel hosted by Dunny Casanova, and all three of us are working on a new project for a YouTube channel. That we haven't named it yet. We're thinking a couple things, but we're going to basically dabble in pop culture. We have many different things to bring to it, like like we're movie buffs, we're anime fans, we're video game fans. I've been on WWE, NWA and stuff, professional wrestling ever since I was like 2 years old, and and maybe I ought to research some wrestle like the Haiti Kid just to see how he moved. Yeah, Google that for me. The Haiti Kid. Like he participated in this famous incident where, like, I guess he had allied with Mr. T against Roddy Piper and Cowboy Bob Orton. And here's this famous little scene on Piper's Pit where they shaved the Haiti Kid's head and gave him a mohawk. And it was just, ooh. But maybe if you watch a little person midget wrestling, that maybe explains the athletic ability of Mr. Tony Cox. Yeah, Yoda, like, because this has got to be the only goddamn way that this story makes 100% sense. It's just, all right. Let me stop talking about this because I don't know. I really spent too long on this ridiculous subject. And okay, then just to play on the other side a little bit, just say he did beat his wife and his stepson. Then he won't be the stepdad. He'd be the dad that stepped on his wife and stepson repeatedly with them little legs. Let me stop. I was supposed to be serious on this end. Domestic violence is not a joke. Let me put it like this: domestic violence is not a joke. Child abuse is not a joke, and but this situation right here might be different. All right, like, share, subscribe, or dislike. A lot of people, they just don't. Sometimes they just don't like anything, and that's what happens. But I just don't like the way this situation sounds too much because like this going along with the seem like mass media and social media attack on black men. It's just like it could possibly fit into that category as well, possibly, based on the ridiculousness of the entire story. Man, this world is crazy. This world is jacked up through the roof. It's just like, well, and then this man won't be breaking any glass ceilings in any time soon ever. Stop, kid. It's just like, okay, all right, y'all. Wow, I got a lot of comments on here. All right. Well, shout out to Rain and Roman, the Roger Report, and KTMLP. Thanks for watching, and subscribe.